At this point, how can you believe anything that the Republicans are saying in mainstream media today? I mean, they tell nothing but lies. Yeah, now that I got your attention. The liberal mafia on this app, they love to call pro-Trumpers liars, racists, and if you're black, Uncle Toms, all types of insults, rather than disproving the facts that's thrown in front of them. It says a lot for a party who don't hold their own accountable. Take the Reverend Al Sharpton, for instance. Here's a guy who spews hatred on a daily basis, misinformation, and race baiting. The guy's been at it for years. If irrelevant was a person, it would be him. However, the Democrat Party rewards their race baiters and racists with talk shows and amongst other things. But I bet most people don't know how the Reverend Al became so prevalent in the black community in liberal circles. So here's a little history about that, and a little fun fact. On November 28, 1987, a 15-year-old black female falsely accused 4 white men of kidnapping and sexually assaulting her for at least 4 days. The 15-year-old was discovered in a trash bag by trash cans, covered in feces, and on her body was written racial slurs. The young lady was very uncooperative, and police could not get many leads. Representing the family was an obese Reverend Al Sharpton, with his oily, long hair and big medallion. No justice, no peace. Though a lot of people dealing with the case was very skeptical, that didn't stop Reverend Al from spearheading the fight to condemn the 4 young white males. During the investigation, a forensics kit was used and determined that no sexual assault took place. But the Reverend Al continued to rally the fight and continue to condemn these young men on national television, spewing all types of hatred. A trial went on, and on October 6, 1988, a New York grand jury determined that based on the evidence, no assault ever took place and that the story was fabricated. The case was national news, and after the findings, most of the attorneys defending the young lady lost their licenses to practice law in New York State due to misconduct. The Reverend Al went on as business as usual. He still made a name for himself within the black community, looked at as a hero. The name of that young lady was Tawana Brawley, and that case weakened race relations in that city for decades. In 1998, the Reverend Al was sued by one of the accused for defamation, and he was ordered to pay damages. In 2001, he completed the last payment of his damages. However, it was all paid by his supporters. He didn't pay a dime. The 4 innocent white men were never issued a public apology. One reportedly unalived himself, and the other 3, not much is known. They seem to have drifted off into obscurity. After the trial, it was later found out that Miss Brawley made up the story because she didn't want her mother to know that she was out with a boyfriend late at night. Nearly 3 decades went by, and Miss Brawley, as a grown woman, finally confessed to fabricating the story. I hope this video finds you well. And remember, instead of throwing insults, just prove me wrong. And remember, I lead with facts. Liberals lead with emotion.